Hello, my name is William James. I am the host of The Bald Book Geek. And this is a video I have kind of been sitting on for a long time, and I want to give a disclaimer before we do it, is that while some of this video is based on fact, a lot of it is based on my own subjective opinion, and I'm only going to be talking about stuff that affected me rather than other people, because it's not my place to talk for other people, even if what she did to them was creepy as hell. So it's not my place to talk about it in that sense, because it's their stories to tell. And like I said, subjective. So some of this is subjective evidence, some of it's hard evidence. So links in the doobly-doo, by the way. So hi. Rachael Marie was the booktuber of the moment a few years ago. She had amassed a decent following and was one of those weird ones that there was always a weird standoffish relationship between me and her. I didn't particularly like her and I didn't trust her from the get-go, just because this and that and other things that I'd heard. But I was nice. I'm nice to everyone. I don't want to make crap with people, so I'll be nice to you. On the other side of it, it started getting weird. So Rachael would get called out on stuff a lot, and then she would weaponize her mental health, anything about herself, just to kind of get out of jail free card and give her a free pass for shitty behaviour. On the other side of it, she's not the only booktuber to do this, and a lot of people weaponize their sexuality, their gender, their mental health, their whatever, as a get out of jail free card for crappy behaviour, which is pathetic, by the way. You know, your depression is not a weapon. Your mental health is not a weapon. Virtue signalling, gatekeeping, gaslighting people as well, me included. Also, I'm going to talk about these events that happened. I'm going to talk about some other stuff as well, but I want to start this by saying, at this point, I feel like it's fair game to talk about it, and I feel like this video is going to be a bit of therapy. So she would always jump on the newbie tag, build up a pseudo following, but she never interacted with you. She was only interested in you if you had more subscribers. For example, Cindy. Reads whatever her channel was called. Cindy, she was a very parasitic relationship with Cindy, and would use Cindy a lot, and go crying to Cindy if people criticised her, or said anything negative, and then play, well, it's affecting my anxiety. And then the C thing happened, and that was just a hilarious thing. And there was also some issues with a GoFundMe for someone I don't particularly like, so I'm not going to mention them here. I'm just not a fan. I don't care, but they should have at least been public and said, well, I did get the money. We don't know what happened to that, but then again, history of shady behaviour and not paying certain artists, so you know who I'm talking about. On the other side of it, progressively, a few months, it started at the... Actually, probably every interaction I had with Rachael Marie was negative. And it would always be after something happened. It was always weird. I won't say bullying, I won't say harassing. It was just negative. It was paranoid. She would micromanage her career. She would micromanage people. She would think, I would get a lot... Do you think this tweet's about me? Do you think this tweet's... Did you talk about me? Are you talking... No, not everything's about you. There was an element of narcissism to her, which I've always found really unlikely. I don't like narcissists, and she was a classic narcissist. On the other side of it, I won't say the event, but a private event in my life happened, and she used that to try and get me to pay to join her Patreon, so I would get a shout out on her channel. That was it. I'm so sorry about this news. Oh, by the way, do you want to join this? The messages were getting more erratic, the more erratic, more broken, more frustrated, more strange by the day, and would say things, and I wish I kept hard copies of these, I really do, saying really weird stuff. And at the time I was being trolled, and I would get these comments on Twitter, on my YouTube videos. I would get accused of copying A.G. McDonald and stuff like that. And it would be funny, because then a little while after she would message me and bring up these same topics, or talk about this stuff. And I always look back on that and go, now I understand that most likely, this is subjective by the way, she had ghost accounts. She admitted she had ghost accounts, and I don't know if these comments come from her. But she had ghost accounts. She had, I presume, at least 5 Twitters, all linked to the same IP address. They all got deleted the day she deleted everything. I'm so sorry, I can do better. That was pathetic. And she would talk about this stuff and go, it would be like, wait, how do you know about it? You're using exactly the same topic, not the same wording, but the same topic has been brought up in these comments. Or the same joke. There was someone going, oh, you're just a wannabe Deadpool, and that was something that came up. It was such a weird situation, and and I look at it, and I will say a couple of names here. Reads with Rachel, the other Rachel of Booktube, is equally the same wolf in sheep's clothing, same thing. Don't trust her. And the same with Harriet Rosie, who's a book blogger. Wolf in sheep's clothing. But when it come down to it, you have this situation that it got weirder and weirder and weirder. And then she would start making up people. I swear, this is subjective again, that apparently she had transgender relatives and gay relatives, and they just seemed to be really close relatives, and it was like, where do these people come from? You get called out for crap, and then miraculously you have a family member with the same issue, or the same problem, or the same identity. It always seemed a little bit strange. It really did. And it progressively more erratic, more paranoid, more obnoxious, more strange, and she needed validation from people. She needed people to like her. She must like me. And that was just weird. And she also used I won't say what she studied, but she wrote an essay on something that was using cute imagery to manipulate people, basically, and it explains her whole aesthetic now. It was so strange. It was so weird. And then after she cancelled herself, because she didn't really get cancelled, she just cancelled herself. She said she ran. It was a coward's way out. After all that happened, I started still getting a few weird comments and a few weird emails, and it was strange. It was for a little while. I just remember that she did so much stuff to other people, and like I said, it's not my place to talk for other people. If people want to talk about the crap that she did, just put Rachel Marie and Booktube into Twitter and Google, and you will see a whole list of things. But yeah, she was very manipulative and tried to manipulate me, which is why I basically in one message told her to go fuck herself. I shouldn't have done that. I do regret using that wording, but because it was just, she hit a personal note, and to try and use an event, a life-altering event for a relative of mine as a please give me money? No. But yeah, passive-aggressive messages about tweets, passive-aggressive messages about other people's tweets, low-key threats, and what she would do is also send her followers after you. So if someone said anything mean about her or called her out, she would get bigger creators standing up for her, like the parasitic relationship with Rachel with Cindy. She had her head so far up Cindy's ass, it's unbelievable. I'm sorry, but it's true. I mean, weird sexual jokes, weird, and I have sexy humour. I have a very crude humour, if you know me, but it's kitchen table talk. I don't put it on the internet, and it's with friends face to face. It just got strange, and now I look back on it over a year, and I look back on everything that went down and everything that happened, and there is a side of me that tries to feel some sympathy for Rachel Marie. But the problem is, I can't, because I see this crap still happening now. You still have people only interested in subject matters if it's trending, only interested in people if they can give them something. She is the prime example of a toxic booktuber, and people still do this crap, and they get away with it. She made me feel uncomfortable. She made me feel weirded out. The bullying, the harassing, the comments, again, subjective, but it all seemed to fall into place, and a few troll accounts I'd blocked got deleted the same day. You can use a thing called unfollowers, it's a Google thing, got deleted the day that she deleted everything. I feel strange talking about it, but I don't feel sympathy for her. I don't feel anything for her, and I should feel some sympathy because she was human. I I tried to be human about it, and I never wanted to really make this video, but I just wanted to be real and say, toxic people get what they deserve, narcissists should get what they deserve, and liars get what they deserve. My experiences with her left me cold, and it put my wall up with a lot of people. I can't let those walls down now. I'm like, why are you that paranoia I feel when I get a new follower on Twitter or something. Like, why are you following me? Who are you? Why are you commenting? Is this a troll? Is this real? And it starts making you second guess it. And that kind of gaslighting, abusive behaviour from her was horrible and disgusting. Like I said, I'm not going to talk about what she did to other people because it's not my place. But kind of stalking people, bitching about them on Guru Gossip, and countless other things. Just, the endless ghost accounts. It all just feels so strange. And I will never probably understand why she vanished without a trace. She changed her name on every site that I knew she was on. And, just kind of a weird situation. I wish I felt sorry for her, but I don't. Like I said, I think she deserved it. Vile, evil people get what they deserve at the end of the day, and she deserved everything. Even if her fake friends came out and started, when she deleted everything, all of her these accounts started showing up, and it was funny because these accounts hadn't been active in years. But they all used very recent pictures of her friends, and they were defending her, which was hilarious. Rachel Marie's not racist, Rachel Marie's not this, not that, and it's like, yeah. And I do understand why she deleted everything, because the book community is a bunch of vicious wolves when they want to be, and she was the sacrificial, I was going to say lamb, but that's insulting lambs. She was the sacrificial mongrel, sacrificial dog of the internet, and she would have been shredded, doxed, and I disagree with doxing 100%. So, even if, as much as I hate her, I'd never do that. But yeah, it's just a whole weird experience. And it's strange how once all of it died down, all of these accounts that were her so-called friends vanished or just became inactive again and tweets got deleted. Rachel, was that you? And I'm pretty sure she's still involved somewhere. And I won't lie, if she ever comes back, I will have so much to say. And then I will sing like a canary, because there's a lot more I want to say. And that will be a full tea spill video. So yeah, I know this video feels mean-spirited. I've never come out of a situation feeling as confused as I did with Rachel Marie.